Pleased to be joined by head coach, South Plains College Rodeo team, Coach Kerry Doster joins us. And Coach, you brought in a large group of freshmen this year. You had quite a recruiting class come in, and quite frankly, they paid off pretty quick for you, especially the rough stock on the guys. You guys are really dominated the steer wrestling this year. It looked pretty good, the barebacks, and you had a really good, successful fall.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. We've been fortunate. I spent the last couple of years really trying to bring, as we talked last year, South Plains College, they've been missing in the rough stock. I mean, there was actually really no rough stock here. So we've been pretty fortunate this year. I've got a kid, that Dylan Waller kid that come in from Colorado. He was second in the nation in high school last year, and we got him here, and he's done really well. We've done a little work with his rig and really got him riding well at the end of the season. And he was second place overall at 2 of the 5 rodeos and got some go-around points throughout there. But the kid really rides good, and he's a good-sized kid. He's in good shape and just a really polite guy and good to be around. And he bulldogs good, so it was kind of a win-win deal there. He was just dang near won the bulldog in there at Clarendon, and he's almost, if we can give him a couple more points in the bulldog, and he'll be set in there to make a run and make an all-around chase at the finals. So we'll see.
Very good. Steer wrestling has been a pile. I tell you what,
yeah,
we've been throwing steer wrestlers out there like mad.
Yeah, well, you know, that was what, when I was rodeoing, I rode bronc, barebacks, and steer wrestled, and probably entered more than one, well, I don't know, probably one more saddle bronc ride, but I did a lot of bulldogging. And you know, I felt like that's where we could get a lot of points, and we've been real fortunate. We've got a lot of points. Look at the standings. You know, there's a lot of points that are in there. That some of those guys are not on the actual points team, but what those guys have done is taken points away from Tarleton, Odessa, and these other schools that kind of keep us where we can kind of maybe catch up with them, or keep some other guys off our heels a little bit. But we've been to 5 rodeos. We've won 3 of the bulldoggings, and there at Sil Ross, we had the fastest time. The first round, the fastest time in the short round, and the fastest time overall. And that was about 3 different guys. So pretty. They spread it out there good. We work hard at it, and it's paying off. So hopefully we kind of keep them all healthy and move forward with that.
There. How's the roping and things been going for the guys?
I've got a kid, Seaver Tate. He's from Clovis, New Mexico, and I mentioned him back earlier in the fall. This kid's a real good athlete, businessman, class act, and he won Clarendon, and that put him up into 7th place in the region. And that's you're going against 100-something kids every week, and that kid's got the ability to keep moving on with that. I mean, he drew some bad calves, missed one, and I knew he was going to scratch. He'd been on the team the whole week, hadn't got any points to the last rodeo. But you got a kid with that much talent, you can't take him off the team. You just got to go with your gut instinct and know who the most talented guys are on the team and stick with them, because they'll come through for you, and he did. And I think he's going to build off that and really do well for us the next year and a half. Colt Clevenger, he is sitting first in the region. He won the first rodeo at Fort Talis straight across, and then he won Clarendon straight across. So he's sitting really well in the region, and he's also leading the nation right now. So keep him healthy and straight, doing what he's supposed to be doing, and hopefully we'll have a pretty good shot at continuing with that in the spring too.
Let's switch the coin and go to the girls' side a little bit. I know you were a little banged up, you said, early on in the year.
They started out slow, and one of my top girls came in. Of course, our horse he died at a rodeo, and a bad deal, and we got that squared away. But it actually cost her 2 rodeos because we're trying to get back in with another horse, and she's sitting 5th in the region right now. And some other freshmen I got in, they've come in, they've done really well in the first round of the breakwater open. Like at Vernon, we were 1st and 2nd in the breakwater open, and then it rained that night of the short round, and their 2 horses weren't really mutters, I guess you could say.
There you go.
They didn't perform very well. So that's why I was just looking at the women's team stands right there. Those 2 girls would have just, one of them had to be like a 4-8 to win the deal. Well, they won the round with a 2-8. That's just a practice run, and it just didn't work.
Exactly.
And it's misfortune. It's unfortunate, but they're there, and with a little more time underneath their belt and a little more rope, and I think they'll be fine.
Meanwhile, the first spring is over. We're through the fall now. Mm-hmm. But one of the big events we need to touch on is you're hosting your own rodeo here coming up in the spring of the year over at the Mallett Event Center. It's got to be nice to host your own rodeo. It's a lot of work, but now we only got a trailer of the horses a few blocks rather than a few hundred miles.
Yeah, it's close, and it's a beautiful facility, and it's put together nice. It's heated, air conditioned. It'll be really nice in there if it's one of those cold, windy days, and we're in there. I think everybody really appreciates it. But I think it's going to be a good venue. We're going to have Mac Altizer and Bad Company up there they'll have the rough stock, and we'll have good bulldog steers, good calves, and everything. It should be a good rodeo. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a lot of work, but I think everybody in the towns is going to really enjoy it. And, a nice facility. We can set it up. It'll be set up and run similar to the college finals. I mean, we won't have kids in the arena. You know, you can block everything off. It's going to be a professionally top run rodeo. So I'm pretty excited about it.
A lot of work goes into it.
Oh yeah.
How many volunteers are we looking at to,
We're going to need
pull off a
quite a few.
rodeo?
Yeah, we're going to need quite a few, but we're going to start working on those. Joe and I are going to start working on that this next week.
Let's talk about the rest of the spring schedule. How many times you going to get out here this spring going toward the finals?
We'll start the spring off the 28th to the 2nd of March at Brownwood. It'll be the Ranger Rodeo. They're going to host it in Brownwood this year. I guess they've got a campus down there. Then we'll have ours here. The weekend after ours will be the 21st to the 23rd of March. The following weekend we'll go to Snyder, have Easter break off, and then we'll go to Howard, the Big Spring, and then finish up the season at Steveville.
So a lot of rodeoing yet to go.
Yes,
of course,
sir.
Now's practice time, and you kind of hope this weather we're seeing outside holds right now. Boy, you keep the temperatures in the
pretty good.
70s, you can get a little work done.
It's been pretty nice. You know, right now we're kind of hauling the stock off. Kids are, you know, the speed and stuff's so high, but we're getting everything kind of put back. We sold our calves and all our lease animals are going back in the next week or so. So, you know, it's typical, you know, we'll probably bring them all in here. It'll be nice, and about February 1st, it'll come a big blizzard.
There you
But
go.